Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to speak to you about a lot of subject combined into one, and it's subjects that I've spoken about before, but I feel like I just need to do this. So I'm going to speak to you about living with PCOS, polycystic ovaries, being dyspraxic, being dyslexic, having a hormonal imbalance, having a chemical imbalance, being highly sensitive, and having an unbelievably strong and stubborn mind. Okay, when now anybody who suffers from many of these stuff will know that how sensitive and how emotionally up and down we can be. Um, so, if, for example, with PCOS, we do get moody, we get annoyed, we get irritated, and if you don't bring your so PCOS leads to a hormonal imbalance, or it's the other way around. Okay, your hormonal imbalance would lead you to have cysts in your ovaries, but then from that it leads to a chemical imbalance because your body's regulating not normally, so your brain starts producing chemicals in an imbalanced way, and then that's what leads to depression, and then it leads to mental illnesses. Now, anybody who's, first of all, it all starts off being highly sensitive. So if you're highly sensitive, you are more prone, because you have a hypersensitive immune sensory input. Um, you are more prone to being suffering from any of these, because there's something called epigenetics, which is a top layer of your genetics, which gets changed according to your environment. Okay, so if you're highly sensitive, your epigenetics will change according to your environment, and that's not only if you're highly sensitive. It happens. It will be easier for it to happen to somebody who's highly sensitive. So epigenetic is when, if you're in an environment and let's say you're in a constant negative environment, your genetics will change into your brain releasing more negative, the flight and fight, so the um, uh, more negative hormones, chemicals, the stress hormones, and then so it keeps building and building and building and building, where you're constantly stressed. Um, but the good thing is we can change that. We can change our epigenetics. We can change our genetics through epigenetics by meditating, by positive thinking, and all of that. But anyway, and that's what I've been working on for the last year, since January, when after I had hit rock bottom. Now, but saying that, it's not as easy as me saying this is what I've been working on. I get really affected by any kind of negative comments. And that's why I stay away from people, because I can't stand it when they feel that they have the rights or the authority to give you their opinions and their advice on how you should live your life, when you don't do that to them at all. And you just think, and the only reason they do that because they think you're too kind or they can get away with it. They'd never do that to somebody who would give them a mouthful or put them in their place. But because you're, highly sensitive people, and people with all of this stuff, we're highly considerate, because we know how it feels to hear a negative comment, or to how it feels to hear someone say something not very nice. And so I've had a really, really tough few days, and for a lot of people, it wouldn't even bother them, but it bugs me a lot. Things bother me a lot, especially when you're trying to do something. Like, I'm trying to start my own company, and I need all the support I can get right now, because starting your own company isn't easy. I want to launch You Mind, Body and Soul. I've got to design my own website. I've got videos that needs recording. I got, pictures, professional pictures that need to be taken. And then on top, I've got crap from left, right and centre. People saying what I should do, what I shouldn't do, giving me their own, how I should dress, how I shouldn't dress. It's nobody's business. When you're trying to do something, it's nobody's business. And I'm going to say this to everybody listening, that if you cannot support somebody doing something positive, if you cannot say anything positive, don't say anything at all. Just mind your own business and stay out of it. And I'm going to say this to the sensitive people, is that when you're trying to achieve your dreams, ignore all the rackets and all the noise and all the rubbish that's going around in the background. Listen to your inner voice. Listen to the voice that's inside you, driving you to do what you want to do. And my support is not even from my family. If I be honest with you, it's not. They don't even understand or have a clue about anything. I get support from like-minded people who are who have taken the entrepreneur path and the struggles they've been through. I spoke to someone today and he's been through similar situations, and it just reassures you that, God, at least there are people out there who have been through the same thing. And he doesn't have the same issues, but, had the same issues in terms of life. We just have it harder because we've got, I don't want to call it issues, but it is kind of, because how other people, if we didn't have all these difficulties or differences, how we perceive the world and how we react to situations would be different from how people without these differences would react to situations. So I've been feeling extremely, extremely overwhelmed, and I have spoken to quite a lot of people, and it's annoying because being a woman trying to do what you're trying to do, you're always getting the wrong kind of people contacting you, and you have to be, stern and say, listen, that's not what I'm here for. If you can, this is the service I'm looking for. If you can provide it, say so. How much is it going to cost? Let me know. I've worked hard for my money. I believe my money to work hard for me. So I'm not going to be an idiot and just give out how much ever people ask for. But, there are stupid guys out there who think that they can manipulate themselves in because they know when you're doing what I'm doing, you're out and you're open. And when you're open and you're honest, you are also vulnerable to manipulative people out there. But you've got to be strong up here, and I'm pretty damn strong up here. So, and I can sense what somebody's after, or if they're genuine and if they genuinely want to. I won't say help, because you're not looking for help. You're doing a business. You're going to be doing a business transaction with anybody that you deal with, because you're trying to build a business. You're trying to build a service. So it is hard. It's extremely hard. I wanted to do this video yesterday because I was just so worked up, and but I thought, no, I'll probably end up getting all emotional. And I thought, no, let me just meditate. And I meditated, and I just let things be. And yeah. So, message to everybody out there: keep your head above. Keep going on your journey, no matter how difficult it is. Ignore all the noise, all the rackets. Okay. Whenever you're feeling up and down, do what you've got to do. If you want to feel like eating a biscuit, eat it. Don't kill yourself. Go to the gym, burn it off. If you feel like you want to scream, I don't really do a lot of screaming because I meditate instead. It just works better. There's no one. Who am I going to scream at? The wall. There's no one here for me to scream at. So I meditate and I let the negative energy out. I don't even really talk to friends because they don't understand my journey. you know, they aren't different. Everybody's got their own issues, they've got their own family commitments or whatever. I only speak to people about positive things, but the negative things that I go through, which is due to life, in terms of this not working, that not working. Yesterday, everything fell apart. My phone's not working. There's no internet. I've got scaffolding all around the house. There's no phone line. And it's just felt like, oh my God. And then I've got all this stuff to do in terms of the launch. And yeah, so feeling a bit overwhelmed. Anyway, it was lovely talking to you. Do I feel a bit better? I'll know later. Keep your head up, keep strong, keep going, live your dreams, head for your dreams, ignore the racket, ignore what people have to say, and listen to your inner voice. You have your guidance inside you, okay? Anyway, love you all loads. I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Mwah.